please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Did you enjoy the intro? Today we'll be looking at Mythical Awakened NOA, and we'll start with Arena immediately. As you saw just now, she is my attack leader, so she went first with her speed attack and she opened the match with her skill. As you can see, her Awakened skill is already ready, and that is because of her exclusive item which actually reduces the gauge needed. And I think because she also did one speed attack and activated a skill, hence it was very quick. Here she used her Awakened skill already. In this first match we'll be talking mainly about her skills. So her skills, she actually inflicts 24,000 fixed damage with this attack, Heartbeat. As you see, it is very painful because of fixed damage. As you know, right now most of the enemies in the arena are tank units, and tank units, they are very susceptible to fixed damage because, you know, the damage is a certain amount and is not subjected to any defenses. So fixed damage could be an up and coming meta, and we may see more heroes with fixed damage. I'm not sure how the Galida's Tenacity will come into play, because Galida's Tenacity is an accessory which reduces fixed damage by I think about 20% at level 5 or something. And it could be pretty significant in future, because right now we only have NOA. She's the only one doing fixed damage, maybe along with Evan, but besides that you don't see that much, so who knows in future. Apart from that, she also has 50% chance to apply Sleep. Sleep is a CC that isn't very common these days. It used to be more common when Clement was around, and Sleep temporarily shuts down your enemies. So upon being touched, your enemies wake up again. So I like to bring your attention to this moment. She actually killed off someone with her heartbeat, and she did a chain attack, and you can see that that was a lot of damage done, and she even proceeded to kill Caesar with a normal attack. So that is how good she is. She can really bring down your enemy tank team very quickly, especially if that chain attack is triggered. So that chain attack is also activated when you have her exclusive item at level 40, only level 40, which means only one copy is needed. So that pretty much is a guaranteed add-on for her already. I think tankiness wise, she is not the tankiest, of course. She is just a normal regular magic hero, just like Freya. Okay, however, she has the chance to evade, which is also like Freya. So 20% chance to evade, that is where her subtle tankiness comes in, okay? And here she finishes off the match with her final kick. I'm going to talk about her equipment in this second match. For her weapons, I've given her double speed. I mean, obviously because she's my attack leader, so that actually maxes out her speed at 99, especially when you give the speed jewel. So all these are very important to max out your speed for your attack leader. You must remember that. For her armor, I've given her HP armor. HP armor so that she actually has passive healing over time, and it helps to sustain her HP for a longer time, of course. And over here she got targeted by enemy Freya, so when effect attacks land on her, it is pretty painful, especially crits as well. And I think that is something, well, we can't be avoided, and I guess as much as we want to make her bulky, that is the best we can do. For jewel wise, I've given her increased skill use, so maybe that's why she is more active with her skills. Speed jewel, of course, and also increased awakening gauge. So yes, that is another factor that helps her to transform even faster, to boost her capabilities, because only when she transforms she's able to land at 24,000 fixed damage. Before transformation she only does 15,000. So that's what you want to go for, get her to transform as soon as possible. For her accessories, I've given her Willful Ring and Galida's Madness. Galida's Madness further increases her fixed damage by 5,000 per skill. So that's 29,000 fixed damage per skill. Okay, even though in the past we didn't see 5,000 as a very significant number, but here with tank teams, every little percentage, every little fixed damage amount counts, and I think it's very important. So I've given her the Galeda's Madness. I think Galeda's Madness is actually an up and coming accessory because of the prevalence of tank units. In future, when tank units are gone, maybe we will see less of the need for Galeda's Madness. And I'm sorry if I keep pronouncing it as Galeda's because it just appears that way to me. I know it should be Galeda's. Here she did her chain attack again. Super efficient. The way she does her attacks and the way she kills off enemies is a very efficient thing, and I really like it. It makes so much sense for arena now. I mean, compared to poking a little poke everywhere, it really makes it very slow and very dry. So for her traits, okay, I've given her skill use increase as well, so she has 20% in total from jewels and from traits. And then she has death resist because as long as Chris is around, you definitely want to have death resist on your units. And she also has increased damage on defensive, so because she not only does fixed damage, she also has regular damage multipliers. Okay, so that's why I given her the trait to increase damage on defensive units, because there's Caesar and Evan now, which I want to bring down very quickly. For her Fighter Soul, I've given her skill cooldown as well as increased damage on universal and offensive, and she's already dead by now, which shows that her bulk is not really there, and I think she got targeted a lot by enemies' effect attacks, so that is very bad for her, of course. So Fighter Soul, yes, increased damage on defensive and offensive. I think the offensive is not anywhere applicable here, but I don't have magic attack Fighter Soul, so I kind of just went with increase on offensive, but I don't think there's any offensive in the meta now except for Dylan's. Okay, universal because of Chris and Wukong if possible, and of course skill cooldown so that she can spam her fixed damage skills even more. So that's the end of the second match. In the third match, we'll talk about team synergy. For team synergy, well, I don't think she really syncs with anyone on the team, because I think right now, Evan is the one with the most support for the entire team. Chris does his own counter, Freya is just her nuker, and Caesar is the one that is, crippling the enemy bit by bit. So Noah's role really comes in as kind of like a glass cannon as well. Even though, of course, if you have her stats really high, she won't be so-called glass cannon, but she is, after all, a magic hero, and her responsibility, her role is to deal the damage needed. So again, she transforms very quickly, and that's what you want. And I think along with Freya, she can really cripple enemy teams very fast. She doesn't really need crit rate because the main point of her damage comes from the fixed damage. So of course if she lands crits, that'll be great, but I think she was made so that you don't have to use the crit, and I think that's great because currently on the team we do need a speed hero, and previously we were using Dylan's. I don't think Dylan's is all that great. Yeah, I don't think he is all that great. I think Noah coming in at this point in the meta is really good in my opinion. We finally have a speed hero who can go up against tank teams, and we finally have a speed hero who don't have to rely on other units. I felt that Dylan's was very reliant on counter, and his other skills didn't do too much, didn't impact much, and he was very not bulky as well. Maybe it was just my build, I guess. I don't know. But in my opinion, I think subbing in with Noah now, it makes so much more sense for me. And the enemy team, this is the first battle with the enemy having Noah as well. Fighting against Noah on the enemy team, it is basically who gets to use more skills, right? It's basically a challenge of who gets to use more skills. If enemy NOA is too active, then your team is going to be crippled very, very quickly, and that is definitely not a good thing. And of course, I think the way to counter NOAs right now are by Parasite. And if you land a fixed damage on the NOA, of course that's even better. NOA's only 3 targets, so here she very easily brought down 2 enemies. Chain attacks bring Chris down to his undead state. That was the prime moment of this match. I mean, she came in where it was most necessary. So what can I say? She has proven that she is good to be on the team. Even if, you know, people feel that, even though there are some people that feel that she isn't very useful because of her bulk, but you know, that's the point. Why would you want an entire team of bulky heroes? Then it goes back to all being tank units, where magic and offensive could have better damage output. I don't think that is very fair and balanced, so this is a good balance. You have nukers, you have your tanks all in one team. That is the variety people wanted to see, isn't it? So that's all I have for the NOA review. I think I've covered pretty much everything that needs to be covered, so I hope it helped you and it showed you her capabilities. Stay tuned for more guides coming up. Thank you so much and see you!